Hi everyone, it's Thursday the 25th of February and this is your learning journey task for today. Just to remind you of our gateway and our 3 questions that we're thinking of this week. How am I getting better at things that I'm good at? How have I challenged myself? And how have I approached something new? If you haven't already, could you please watch the story of Austen's butterfly and then talk to a grown-up about how you could use this to help you. So yesterday you went off into your community and you took some photographs. Hopefully you were choosing somewhere that the person that you're writing your postcard for maybe likes. It might be their favourite place or somewhere they've not been for a while. And thank you for uploading your photos. It's been really lovely to see them. I know some of you weren't able to get out and about, but you've chosen a picture from the internet and that's absolutely fine. It just shows that you've thought about the person that you're writing your postcard from and chosen an image that's suitable. So thank you for that. So our job now is we're going to use our photograph to create an observational drawing. So this is a photograph of Totnes Town and this is an observational drawing of Totnes Town, and that is our challenge today. So first of all we need to think about what is an observational drawing. So an observational drawing is drawing what you see. It's as simple as that. When we look at something with the intent of drawing it, we tend to look more carefully than usual. We truly see the shapes, the patterns, the perspective, the colours and the shadows. So I think you know what most of those words mean. So the shape of something, I think you know what that means. The pattern, that's sort of the detail that's on it. The perspective, that's probably a new word for you. That just means how far away something is, whether it's close to you or far away. Colours, we know about colours. And shadows, and that's sort of the shadows that the sun creates. Obviously the parts where the sun isn't shining, they're the shadows. So the key for observational drawing is we look and look again. So we're really using our eyes and really looking carefully as we draw. So we've got some learning objectives that we're following. So in EYFS, which is reception, we're experimenting to create different textures, and we're going to be doing that with pencil. We're manipulating materials to achieve a planned effect, which means we're using pencils to achieve a picture. We're using simple tools and techniques competently and appropriately, and we're selecting appropriate resources and adapting our work where necessary. Now that last bit, adapting our work where necessary, is the Austen's butterfly idea, where we're not just happy with our first attempt, we're adapting it and we're changing things to make it better. So in year 1 and 2, we are creating a line drawing from observation. We're thinking about achieving dark and light tones with pencil, and that's the shadows that we've been talking about. And we're recording shapes through observation. So there are learning objectives that we're just keeping in the back of our mind as we're working through today and tomorrow. So how do we make an observational drawing? We've talked about the skills that we need, so mostly involving the skills of looking, but I'm not an artist. I do enjoy drawing, but I'm not great at it. So I've decided to show you a video of someone explaining what an observational drawing is and how you might go about doing one. So here we go. Excuse the ads. We'll have to just skip this when we get to the point. There we go.
Today we're going to do observational drawing, which is drawing what you see in front of you as accurately as possible. And this could be anything from a flower, it could be a favorite stuffed animal or toy truck, it could be a bowl of fruit. Just about anything is fair game for observational drawing. Let's gather our materials. The materials we'll need for observational drawing include paper, a pen or pencil, and, if you like, something to color your drawing with.
I'm just going to pause it there. We've ordered some 2B pencils, so hopefully they'll be arriving in school today or tomorrow. 2B pencils are great because they're a little bit softer than HB pencils. HB pencils are pencils that we write with. 2B pencils are better for sketching and drawing. So if you have a 2B pencil at home, that would be the best tool to use. If not, I'll let you know when they're in school and you can pop in and get one. But don't worry, an HB pencil will be fine. Just with a 2B pencil, you can create those softer lines.
And that could be anything from colored pencils, crayons, markers, or even paints. Let's set up for success. Choose something to draw from your surroundings and set it on the table in front of you if possible. You may like to begin with something simple, such as oranges and bananas, or you may prefer to draw something that you are really excited about, whether it's your favorite toy, a bouquet of flowers, something interesting from your house.
Okay, what you would do is get your photograph, so you can either print it out or you could just have it next to you on your phone or your iPad, whatever you took it on, and just have that next to you, and then you can keep looking at that. If it's on a phone, you might have to make sure that your display is set to freeze so it doesn't go away whilst you're drawing. So you just need to have your piece of paper and your picture, your photograph in front of you, either printed out or on your device, whatever you took it on.
Let's create. Get out your paper and your drawing tool and begin by drawing the major shapes of the object in front of you. If you're drawing some fruit, for example, you can draw the roundness of the orange, the curved bowl. Basically draw the major shapes of the object in front of you. Once the basic shapes are drawn, you can draw the detail that you see in the item or items.
So the first step for you would just to look at your photograph and pick out the main features. So if you were doing the river, for example, you would draw the outline of the river and the river bank. Maybe if there's some trees along the bank or some houses, you could draw those. So you're just drawing the outline first of all.
For example, the texture of the orange or lemon. Ask yourself how you can show that in your drawing. Continue adding detail until you are happy with your drawing, and if you like, you can color your drawing as well.
Okay, we're not going to do that part today, children. We're just going to do the outline of the objects in our photograph, and then you can start adding some patterns, some texture, some detail. So as I said, if you're doing the river and the riverbank and the trees and houses by the side of it, you may be able to pick out the brickwork on the houses. You may be able to draw the outline of any waves that are in the river, or maybe the grass on the riverbank. So we're not going to colour in yet. We're just doing the basic outline of the shapes and then adding a little bit of detail.
Observational drawing is a skill that can be acquired over time through practice and with a child's natural development. You enjoyed this art activity.
Okay, so let's go back to our PowerPoint. So just to recap then, we're just doing our drawing with a pencil today. So we're drawing the shape, the outline of the objects in our picture, and then adding a little bit of detail if we can. So let's have a look at Austin's butterfly. Now this is the picture, so he drew from a photograph like we're doing. His first draft looked like this. So as I've just talked about, he's focused on the main shape of the butterfly. So he's got the shape of the wings here and the shape of the body, and he's got the antennae here. And maybe he thought, okay, that's a good picture of the butterfly, that's fine. But as you saw in the video, he went to his teacher and also his friends, and they helped him improve his drawing. And his second draft was much more realistic. This looks like a butterfly that you would just draw from memory, but the second draft, it's more of a technical drawing. It really looks a little bit more realistic, because we might think butterflies look like this, but actually if we look closely, their wings, some of them, this one in particular, are more angular. So this is your task today, children. You're going to do your first draft and perhaps your second draft, depending on which challenge you're going to choose. So here are your challenges. Let's start with the green challenge. You're going to create a first draft of your place. Use your observational skills to copy what you see. So you're going to have your photograph in front of you, a piece of paper, a nice sharp pencil, preferably a 2B pencil if you've got one, and you're going to draw the outline of the objects and maybe adding a little bit of detail with some texture. The amber challenge, you're going to create a first and second draft of your place. Make sure your second draft shows how you've improved your work from the first draft, and think about what changes have you made. So thinking about Austin's butterfly, looking at his first and second draft, what changes did he make? He made the wings more angular and he made this bit a little bit more detailed, didn't he? And he thought, actually we haven't got this pointy bit down there, which I thought butterflies did have. This butterfly actually has quite a flat bit at the bottom there. So you can just talk to a grown-up about the changes that you've made. You don't need to write those down, just talk to a grown-up about that. And the red challenge is to create a first and second draft of your place as the amber challenge. Show improvements in your drawings each time. Have you considered the shape of objects and have you added pattern? So going back to what an observational drawing is, we're looking at the shapes, the patterns, perspective. That's something that you can be thinking about. How far away are the trees? Why are the trees so small? Well, because they're further away. Why are the houses bigger? Because they're closer to me. And we're not going to worry about the colours at the moment. We'll move on to that tomorrow. We're really just focusing on the shapes, the patterns, and actually you could be thinking about perspective, because as you're drawing, as I said, some things will be further away from you and some things will be closer to you. Okay, so that is your challenge today. What I'd like you to do is upload pictures of your first and second draft. If you would like to write some comments on them to explain to us how you know that you've improved your drawing each time, or you could record yourself saying, I've improved my work by doing this, or I've added this and I've added that. Tomorrow we're going to get together. I'm going to have a go at drawing, doing my first and second draft, and I'll bring mine to show you tomorrow, and we'll talk about what mine look like and how I can improve mine. And that's what you'll be working on tomorrow. You'll just be doing a further draft or two until you are happy with your final piece. So good luck everyone, really looking forward to seeing your drawings, and I'll catch up with you tomorrow. Okay, bye bye.